It is now 7 p.m. and I would like to call to order the April 26, 2016 business meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Aldine Independent School District. Before we begin, we'll have the invocation by Dr. Garcia.
Please stand with me. Bless, O Lord, those assembled here tonight, especially those who provide guidance, direction, and assistance in the move to this exciting new facility, which adds to Aldine ISD's remarkable growth and history, especially over the last few decades. As we gather to celebrate the accomplishments and recognitions of our students, employees, and partners, bless the special guests and friends who were here earlier to celebrate the dedication of this building to former Superintendent Sonny B. Donaldson. We recognize his unwavering dedication and legacy to Aldine ISD. We are grateful as well to the accomplishments and the many years of dedicated service represented by those present here tonight. Thank you for the safety of our students and staff during the flood this past week. We thank you for the blessings of this day, and especially for the gifts and talents that you have bestowed on each and every one of us. Guide us as we continue to serve you and the Aldine community in the very best way that we can. Help us focus the decisions that we make on the children in Aldine so that they may be the direct beneficiaries of our work. May this small prayer bind us in your love and help us to serve you in each other, and especially in the Aldine students in our care. In God's name we pray. Amen.
Our ethics statement tonight will be read by Mr. Rick Ogden.
As part of the reform, governance, and action work that the board and leadership in the district have gone through, the board adopted an ethics statement that affirms our commitment to ethical conduct. That statement reads, "The Board of Trustees is committed to and shall perform its duties ethically and according to our core beliefs. We will model the highest standards of conduct. We will ensure that no personal value system or personal goal interferes with our duty as public servants. The public interest shall be the principle which guides the board in its deliberations and decisions."
Thank you, sir. I want to extend a warm welcome to everyone that's present tonight. It would have been just fine if some of you could have come a little forward. I promise you that Dr. Blanton would not have harmed you in any way. It's just that it's a lot more room here, so we're getting used to that. Very pleased that y'all could join us tonight as we celebrate the achievements, review information, and make policy decisions related to the effective operations of the Aldine School District. I'd like to thank everybody for taking their time, especially those that were here earlier for the dedication. Thank you for remaining for the meeting. Let the minutes reflect that all board members, with the exception of Mr. Paul Shanklin, are present. If you have comments for the board and have not filled out the audience participation form, and it's being held up by Ms. Yolanda Loera, please fill out the participation form in the brochure and return it to her. The board will listen under item number 17 on the agenda, open forum for patrons desiring to be heard. Now on the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. Do we have a motion?
Madam President, I move that the correction of the minutes for the regular meeting on February the 9th and the minutes for the regular meeting on March 18th, 2016 be approved if printed.
Okay, is there a second?
I second.
We'll begin the vote with Dr. Garcia.
Garcia, yes.
Mead, yes.
Bourgeois, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Ogden, yes.
Briggs, yes.
Okay. We'll now have the presentation of the academic report by Dr. Saratomi.
Good evening, Ms. Avalos,
Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, members of the board. Do you make it? It's a long way up there. The Tommy Tune Awards nominations were announced March 22nd. The Carver Theater Department and the Kincaid School, nicknamed Carcade, collaborated in the production of Hairspray. Carcade received 7 nominations: Best Musical, Best Direction, Best Choreography, Best Musical Direction, Best Costumes, Best Stage Crew and Technical Execution, and Best Ensemble and Chorus. In addition, a Carver student, Jasmine Charles, was nominated for Best Featured Performer. The Tommy Tune Awards were held last week on Tuesday night. A woman announced them by herself because of all the flooding, and Carcade won the Tommy Tune for Best Choreography. Now, a book is an academic competition based on a list of 30 books. Working with a team coach, students prepare for this competition by reading and studying the 30 books during the school year. In doing so, they all experience some wonderful children's literature, improve their reading and comprehension skills, and learn how to work together as a team. This year, 18 schools participated in the kinder to second grade semifinals, and 26 schools were in the third to fourth grade semifinals. Campuses advancing to the kinder to second grade finals were Cypress Wood, Conley, Carroll, Anderson, Dunn, Bessie, Johnson, McGrill, and Worsham. At the end of the kinder to second grade final competition, both Carroll Academy and Cypress Wood had a score of 24 out of a possible 25 points. After a tiebreaker round, Carroll students were named the first place winners. Cypress Wood came in second, Conley third, and McGrill fourth place. In the third to fourth grade finals, there was Johnson, Worsham, Carroll, Bessie, Francis, and Harris. At the end of the third to fourth grade competition, Carroll Academy again placed first. Second place went to Johnson Elementary, and third place went to Bessie. The intermediate Name That Book competition will be held on Tuesday, May the 24th. And the very first middle school competition will be held on Friday, May 27th. 2 students had their artwork selected to hang in the governor's business office at the Capitol for the next year. Cecilia Abbott, the First Lady of Texas, made the selections. This is a huge honor. Only 12 pieces are selected from 103 that are submitted, and we had 2 of those pieces. The Aldine artists are Jennifer Castillo, who's a junior at Carver, and Gabrielle Kitt, a pre-K student at Cajava EC Pre-K. These students will be honored at a reception later this summer. This concludes the academic report for April 2016.
Thank you, Dr. Sullivan. Ms. Bourgeois, do we have any correspondence to be read tonight?
We have no correspondence to read tonight.
Thank you. We'll now have the presentation of the program and the recognition of staff, students, and patrons by Mr. Abel Garza.
Good evening. Madam President, Dr. Bender, Dr. Branson, and members of the board. Tonight we'll begin recognitions with Emmett Rock, Executive Director of Building and Properties. He will present the Building of the Month. Emmett.
Ms. Avalos, members of the board, Dr. Bamberg and Dr. Blanson, it is my pleasure and congratulations on this building. It is beautiful. If I could have members from Aldine High School, please join me at the podium, please. As they make their way to the stand, I would like to identify Gloria Levinson is the head custodian, and Gloria has 11 years of experience. Artie Herbert has 16 years, Shan, 14, and Jimmy is the new kid on the block with only 1 year of experience. But these are key people that open, close, and do different things for us at Aldine High School. So, Mr. Stewart, on behalf of the Office of Buildings and Properties, it is my pleasure to congratulate you for your leadership, Gloria for your supervision, and guys for your hard work and dedication on winning the Building of the Month. And the first one for the M.B. Donaldson Administration Building. Congratulations. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
We're gonna work our way through this and figure out how to take the best pictures. So we're getting on our first round. Now, Robin, the Executive Director of Transportation, will announce her department's employees of the month, and she has a special recognition.
Thank you, Abel. Good evening, Board President, Ms. Avalos, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, and honored members of the board. It is with great pleasure that I have the honor to present the Employee of the Month for the first time in our new building. Our Employee of the Month for April is Ms. Cynthia Randall. Ms. Randall has been in the Transportation Department for over 20 years. She has excellent attendance. She does a great job, and all we hear from her students is how much they love her. She is also very well respected by the other bus drivers and members of our team in transportation. So at this time, we'd like to thank and honor Ms. Randall with her plaque. Thank you. We'd also like to honor some very special people that helped this past week with the flood. I received a phone call from Dr. Blanson on Sunday afternoon saying, "Robin, I am watching all of these people struggle and trying to carry their children and their belongings out of these apartments on television. Can you not see it?" And I said, "Well, unfortunately, all of the electricity and internet is down at my home, and my cell phones were not working either. So I could not see any of it. So I got on the phone and I called some of our drivers and said, could you please come and help?" So at this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Charlie Williams, Mr. Delany Bauer, come on down. Don't be shy, come on down. Mr. Garrison Figueroa, and Miss Ramona Allen. They all came out and worked. They had to go at least 5 different times, attempt to get in and come back, pull back out with the buses. They tried to find another direction to get in, and then it must have taken them probably an hour and a half to work the buses down safely without getting them in water to get close enough. Then they had to get off the buses and walk into the area to get the people to come and get on the buses. While they were struggling, at first it was just the first 3 gentlemen working on it. And this young lady was working, helping just in the area at, were you at MOC or Greens Point?
I was in both.
She was just working, and she said, I'm a wheelchair driver, and I see they're struggling trying to get the people that are in wheelchairs on the buses. Would you like me to go get my wheelchair bus and come and help? And it's like, yes, please. So she offered to do that, so we'd like to give them a round of applause. Thank all of you.
Thank you so much. That is a good example of what we feel like is the Aldine family, that we will help each other.
Thank you, Robin. Now, Danny Sheffield, Executive Director of Child Nutrition Services, will announce her Team of the Month.
Good evening, President Avalos, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, and members of the board. Child Nutrition is very pleased to announce its Team of the Month for March, MacArthur 9th grade school. They were nominated by their supervisor, Terry Littleton. This dynamite team has many qualities and achievements. which include outstanding leadership from veteran manager Noreen Bridges. And this is a real special evening for Noreen and her staff because she will be retiring at the end of this school year. She provides excellent communication to her staff by staying knowledgeable of the program policies and procedures and through her active participation with staff on a daily basis. As a team, they operate a very consistent cafeteria with good work productivity and excellent customer service. Cashiers typically know students by name and make an effort to provide personal communication to them daily during meal service. MAC 9 serves 53% of students in attendance for breakfast on a daily basis and 93% of students in attendance for lunch. They also provide evening meal service for students staying after school for extended learning. Child Nutrition contributes the high meal participation not only due to an outstanding staff, but also because of great support from Principal Deanne Delgado and her staff. Congratulations to the March Team of the Month, which includes Noreen Burgess and staff members, Graciela Hernandez, Ola Orlando, Gracie Castillo, Rita Cervantes, Denise Dimas, Sally Martinez, Rita Montez, Christina Munguia, Linda Paris, Billy Paralysis, and Maria Reyes. Congratulations, MAC 9. We're going to have to go to the front. Yeah. We're a large group.
They're the group that fed my daughter last year, and I don't know that that was a good thing because I've tried to replicate the Fiesta Bowl, and she doesn't like it. She doesn't like my version of it. Tonight also, we have the Aldine ISD Police Chief, Craig Gorlowski. He will acknowledge the police department's employees of the quarter, including four Leggett employees.
President Avalos, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, board members, thank you for having us tonight. I'll have to admit I'm a little bit nervous about bringing the dogs on Dr. Blanson's new carpet. So we'll make this quick. We hope we're not barking up the wrong tree. But we'd like to recognize the contributions the police dogs make to the safety of the students here at Aldine. I have here with me this evening, Smith Fu and Officer Mike Gerald. They've been partners since 2012. And Ace and Officer Gus Adami, they've been partners since 2013. And I'd like to give credit where credit is due. By acknowledging up front that Captain Northey has had his paw prints all over this thing since the beginning. Started 5 years ago trying to bring a K-9 program to Aldine, and as you can see, he successfully has done that. And I can tell you they've done doggone good since they've been here. Our K-9s immediately began to locate several types of narcotics on some of the school campuses, and our officers frequently seek the assistance of the K-9s to help them take a bite out of any drug problems they may be having on their own campuses. Ace also helped us define 3 handguns and remove those from our school zones. So he, as you can tell, they have the right nose for the job. Risk of slobbering a little too much. We would also like to brag that Ace and SMAFU conduct hundreds of campus checks and searches every year and helping to keep the students safe. They also participate in many, many student presentations, safety presentations that teach the students how to be safe themselves. And combined, they've received over 50 commendations, letters, and certificates of appreciation from students and teachers and administrators. The officers would also like y'all to know that the canines participate in the Chicken Club as well, and they think that's really something to bark about. And let me close with a quote. Our police dog, to honor our police dogs, they'd like you to know that to err is human, to forgive is canine. Where are the pictures? Okay.
Why don't you get up front up here?
No, they want to pose.
Yeah, move up to the front.
Thank you.
The chief did a great job there. I think he's working for a road, but he's barking at the wrong tree. I knew I had to be at least one more. I practiced that. Yeah, if it was there, I had to do it. Finally, tonight's program will be presented by Cynthia Bingham, Executive Director of Technology Services.
Try to follow that. That was a tough act. Good evening, President Avalos, members of the board, Dr. Bamberg and Dr. Blanson. This has been a real experience with all the technology that we have put in this building and still tweaking a few things, as you can see. Coming? Good? Okay. 2 months ago, Candace Moore showed you how technology has changed for student services. I invite you to see how technology has actually changed throughout the district. 16 years ago, we built our wide area network, which connected campuses and administration buildings to our backbone in the data center. And our private network was born with a 1 gigabyte per second connection to the internet. 3 years ago, we increased our internet connection to 1.5 gigabytes per second and upgraded servers to handle a maximum of 10 gigabytes per second. Campuses had computer labs, but students were limited to the software that was loaded to the on the computers. And all desktops were hardwired in order to communicate to the internet and to servers in our data center. We had a few mobile devices, but they were limited to the apps that they were already loaded on them, because our wireless coverage was limited to the front office, library, and cafeteria. Our phone systems were analog systems with limited potential for growth. Sorry, Dr. Bamberg. Projectors were big and bulky with limited functionality other than to project from the device that was attached to it. In addition, bulbs were expensive to replace. Today, we have a public network along with our private network. The public network allows for students, staff, and visitors to bring their own technology devices into the district and have access to internet resources without access to the data on our private network. We increased our internet bandwidth to 10 gigabytes per second to support the demand for online applications and testing. We have upgraded servers and routers and will continue to upgrade the data center technology this summer to support a 100 gigabyte per second connection into the data center and to the internet. This year, with your support, we installed 1,900 wireless access points in the 9th grade and high school campuses, 4.35 million feet of network cable. That's approximately 820 miles. And state-of-the-art network equipment that can handle network traffic at 10 gigabytes per second. Over 14,200 students at these 10 campuses now have wireless access throughout their campus and in covered areas outside of the campus. We have begun installing voice over IP phone systems, which provide better call quality, additional features, ease of adding phone lines, and reduced operating costs. The number of desktop computers remains steady, but the number of mobile devices has exceeded the number of desktops. Mobile devices provide a natural and seamless integration for technology into the classroom, where students are no longer required to go to a computer lab for instruction. 10 years ago, when you supported the building of our data center, we anticipated that by this point in time, we would need twice the space we currently have. But with the virtualization of servers, plus the advent of web-based software and cloud computing, such as Google Apps for Education and Schoology, we have reduced the number of servers in the data center and should not need to expand. Where are we going? Again, thanks for your support and the support of our taxpayers. We're going to install thousands more wireless access points and millions more feet of network cabling and state-of-the-art network equipment that can handle 10 gigabytes per second connections and greater in our middle schools, intermediate schools, elementary schools, and pre-K centers. We're going to meet the challenge of President Obama and the ConnectEd program and provide 1 gigabyte per second connectivity per 1,000 students, which means a 90 gigabyte per second connection to the internet. We're going to continue virtualizing servers in the data center, use more cloud computing, and acquire the best equipment to support the students and staff in the district and their technology needs. As we move forward with creating 21st century learning environments, we are going to create classrooms that are designed for collaborating by providing mobile devices, Chromebooks, tablets, or iPads, and interactive monitors, because our students today are growing up in a world where they learn best when they are active in their education, rather than sitting at a standard desk and using paper and pen. We will have 3D printers, which allow students to have a hands-on approach to science, technology, engineering, art, and math. We want to make sure that our students are able to have adventures outside of the brick and mortar of their school buildings. Google Expedition allows a student to take a virtual field trip to Washington, D.C., Spain, or even under the sea. It's so much fun to watch their amazement when they are seeing a shark swimming in front of them and they try and reach out and touch that shark. So how do we get there? Well, thanks to the 2015 bond referendum that was passed in November, we're getting financing to move forward on this road. We continue to have conversations with our stakeholders for valuable input on what is needed in the classroom. We work closely with the curriculum department to collaborate on ideas for integration of technology. It is very important that we provide professional development to our teachers, not just on how to use the technology, but how to appropriately integrate technology into their lessons. And just like everything we do in the district, we need to assess what is working and what is not working, because our ultimate goal is to produce the nation's best. All of this takes a team of hardworking people to accomplish, and I'm blessed to have a great team. I would like to introduce my directors standing back there. We've got Dominic Tong, who has been practically living in this building to help with the technology here. Wayne Bowie, can you guys stand? Director of Web Services, and Mike Vaughn, Director of Information Services. Again, thank you all for your support.
Madam President, that completes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Garza. The board has had the consent agenda items in their possession for study and discussed them at length in the study session last night. Is there anyone who wishes to speak to the consent agenda items to be voted on by the board tonight? Do I hear a motion regarding the consent agenda items?
Madam President, I move that items A through T on the consent agenda be approved.
Is there a second?
Yes, Madam President, I second.
We'll begin the vote with Mr. Griggs.
Riggs, yes.
Ogden, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Bourgeois, yes.
Me, yes.
Garcia, yes.
We now have a resolution for employee pay for the week of April the 18th, 2016. The board has received a resolution from the administration regarding employee pay for the week of April 18th, 2016, inclement weather days. The resolution states that employees who did not report to work due to the closure of schools will be paid for days missed. And it is also determined how employees who were requested to report to work will be compensated. We appreciate them for their time. A copy of the resolution is in your folders tonight, board members. Do I hear a motion regarding the resolution for employee pay during the week of April the 18th, 2016, due to inclement weather?
Ms. Avalos, I move that we accept the resolution for employee pay for the week of April 18th, 2016, as presented.
Is there a second?
Ogden, second.
We'll begin the vote with Dr. Garcia.
Garcia, yes.
Me, yes.
Bourgeois, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Ogden, yes.
And Riggs, yes.
Recommendation of contract renewal for administrators and professional staff. Dr. Bamberg.
Yes, ma'am, and if I could also point out that we will be bringing to the board at your special call meeting an attendance waiver for several of our campuses for Thursday and Friday of last week. But we'll be bringing that to the board since it's not on the agenda tonight. We have the recommendation of contract renewal. Board policy mandates that contracts for administrators and professional staff be considered by the Board of Education each year. It is my pleasure to recommend at this point the contract recommendations for the administrators and professional staff as discussed in executive session. These recommendations are for 1-year probationary contract, 1-year contract, and 1-year extension. I recommend that they be approved.
Board members, you have heard the recommendation of the superintendent regarding the recommendation of contract renewal for administrators and professional staff. Do we have a motion?
Madam President, I move that we accept the recommendation of the superintendent regarding the recommendation of contract renewal for administrators and professional staff.
Is there a second?
I second.
We'll begin the vote with Mr. Griggs.
Riggs, yes.
Ogden, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Bourgeois, yes.
Me, yes.
Garcia, yes.
We are now at the portion of the meeting for a report of the administrative staff. Dr. Bamberg, do you have any staff recognitions tonight?
Yes, ma'am, we have several. First, we would like to recognize Aristide Sibade. Did I get that close? Very good. And he is moving from his current position as the GAP liaison at the Aldine Education Center to assistant principal at the Aldine Education Center. He received his Bachelor of Science in 1999 and econometrics. Okay, that's interesting, and I'll have to hear about that. And he received that at University of Bamako, Mali. I wanted to start it with an M. But he received that degree in 1999. He also received his Master of Education in Curriculum and Instruction in 2015 from Texas A&M University. And he has taught math in West Africa, in Mali, from 1999 to 2002, at the Central School for Industry, Commerce, and Administration. And then he came to the United States and came to Aldine, the best place in the land. And he has been a GAP teacher at Lane in Aldine from 2004 through this particular school year, and now he's moving into an assistant principal's position. He has 14 years of experience, with 12 of those years in Aldine. And did you bring anyone to recognize tonight with you?
Yes, Dr. Bamberg. I have my better half, Halimatu.
Welcome.
Aisha, my better one, Fatima, and my son, Musa. And also on my left, my building principal, Mecca, program director, Mrs. Cook, and Principal Paulo, my mentor, and my ex-principal, Regina Moss.
And photographer. Yeah. Congratulations on your new position. And welcome to all of you. Next, we want to recognize Marissa Lopez, who is moving in the current position as assistant principal assistant principal to a new assistant principal position at MacArthur High School. She graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in 2004 from University of Texas Pan America, and she also has a master's degree in educational leadership from the University of Pan American in December 2007. And she has experience beyond Aldine, where she was an avid teacher in Edinburgh, also an avid teacher in Far San Juan Alamo School District, the Dean of Instruction in Santa Rosa High School and Santa Rosa ISD, and also an assistant principal in Juarez Lincoln High School in La Jolla ISD. And then she's come to Aldine to be an assistant principal and beginning with this school year. So she has 13 years of experience in education, and this will be her first experience in Aldine ISD. Welcome, and did you bring someone to introduce to us tonight?
Thank you. I just wanted to add also that I was an English teacher as well.
An English teacher? Yes, avid and English teacher. That's very important as a former English teacher myself. Very good.
My family wasn't able to come, but I am a proud mother of 3 boys. I actually have a 20-year-old, I have a 7-year-old, and I have a 21-year-old. And with me here is also my principal, Dr. Monis, and I just want to say thank you, not only to Dr. Monis, but to the Aldine District for taking a chance on me and providing this opportunity for me to be able to make the transition.
Very good. Welcome and congratulations. And we also want to recognize Cheryl Davis, who is moving from her position as the interim principal at Dunn Elementary to the principal at Dunn Elementary. And she received her Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education in 1979 from Prairie View A&M, her Master of Science in Education in 1995 from Sam Houston State University, and she has experience beyond Aldine. She was a 2nd and 4th grade teacher in North Forest ISD, and she left there in 1989 and came to Aldine in 1989. She has taught at Johnson Elementary as a 1st grade teacher, a Chapter 1 teacher again at Johnson, a parent facilitator, and then beginning in 1995 moved to Dunn Elementary to serve as assistant principal, and since the beginning of this school year, 2016, calendar year, she has been serving as the interim principal. So Ms. Davis has 37 years in the field of education, with 27 of those years in Aldine. And I do believe you brought some people to introduce to us tonight.
Yes, Dr. Bamberg. I have my support team. My support team is there, my encourager, my husband, my mother, my nieces, my sister, and my son on the end. That's my support team.
Very good. Welcome to your guest and congratulations, making it official. All right, we also want to recognize tonight Mr. Everett Taylor, who is moving from his current position as principal at Irmal Elementary to his new position as principal at Stovall Academy. Our principal, Everett Taylor, has a Bachelor of Science in Speech Communication from the University of Texas in 1995 and a Master in Educational Leadership from Prairie View A&M University in 1998. And he has experience beyond Aldine. There is some life out there beyond Aldine. But he started in 1996 in Port Arthur ISD as a teacher, and 1996 and 2000, the year 2000, he became an assistant principal and served there till 2002. But then came to Aldine ISD, and I might be getting out of order here, but came to Aldine to be a teacher and assistant principal in Conley in 2002, and then moved into Irmal as the principal in 2008. And so he has 20 years of experience in the field of education, with 16 of those years in Aldine. And did you bring anyone to recognize with us tonight or introduce?
I'm honored to have my support team at Irmal Elementary, my assistant principals, Ms. Martha Escalante also my supervisor, Dr. Janet Ray. Delighted that she's here. I would like to also highlight the current principal at Stonewall Academy, Tammy Schuler, and also my previous supervisors, Dr. Todd Davis and Ms. Amazon.
Very good. Congratulations, and thank you for making this move. And board members, you may recall that Ms. Schuler is moving to Greenspoint Elementary. And that concludes our recognitions of staff for tonight. Ms. Avalos.
Thank you, Dr. Bamberg. We are now at the portion of the meeting for board policy revisions. Mr. Mead, do we have any board policy revisions?
Madam President, we have no policy revisions or additions at this time.
Thank you. The chair knows of no unfinished business, and the chair knows of no new business or action items. We are now at the portion of the meeting that is the open forum for patrons desiring to be heard. This is the portion of the board meeting when the board receives input from patrons. Each person who addresses the board will have 3 minutes to speak on his or her issue. Because of topic posting requirements of the Open Meetings Act, board members will not answer any questions posed to the board by the patron, and no action can be taken on any issue presented during this time. If you wish to ask questions of the board, you may submit those in writing, addressed to the superintendent's office, and the board may consider them at a subsequent meeting. If you are an employee or an employee's representative, please be advised that the grievance policy deadlines are not waived. If you have documents to pass out to the board, please identify those documents. Finally, please be aware that rules of decorum will be enforced during the public comment period. Please refrain from making any comments directed at specific individual employees or students by name to avoid any potential breach of confidentiality. If you have complaints regarding specific individuals, please provide those in writing, addressed to the superintendent for her attention. Each participant is legally responsible for the content and consequences of his or her own statements. Patrons addressing the board will be notified when their 3 minutes are up. I think that we have 3 requests to address the board. First, we have Don Thompson. You'll come to the podium, sir.
Good evening, all. President Avalos, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson. I come here with a heavy heart tonight. I'm the contractor that worked on this building. It has not been a fortunate project. I wanted to build this building because my office is in Noble. I've got 40 years experience in construction. I have my own business. I'll be 20 years old next month. And in those 20 years, I built it from nothing, almost, to where I'm able to do $30 million a year, which is quite a personal accomplishment. My wife, Connie here, has helped me through all of that. My forte is estimating. I did schoolwork for other contractors because I didn't want to do it. They're going to do a new shopping center, a new office building, something like that. Well, they gave me the schools to do because they didn't want to mess with it. So, okay, fine. So I made it my life to build schools, to renovate schools, to build additions to schools. You have a big bond issue. I want to do the work for it. But unfortunately, I can't. I'm suffering a great loss on this building. It started with the estimate where there was an issue about data cabling equipment. The loss, $695,000. So we started off in the hole. We went through 7 or 8 change orders. We went through a delay in the furniture being delivered. We started this job without an asbestos report. So there was delays. Now, I've been paid or charged, that handout you just got is another, looks like $800,000 worth of charges against us because we did not get through on the deadline of February 15th. That's all. There's conditions, there's things that happen when you renovate a school. And there's excuses for not being there, not finished by February 15th. I'd asked for an extension of time and extended general conditions before February 15th, and I asked for an extension to March 25th. I was flatly denied because it wasn't what the specs required February 15th. We finished this job, and the substantial completion date was, the one I requested was March 25th. What actually came about was March 29th. I missed it 4 days.
Mr. Thompson, if you would finish your thought because your 3 minutes are up.
Okay. I want to be treated fairly. I did a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to finish this job for you, and I just want fair treatment. That's all I asked for. Otherwise, enjoy your building, and I cannot suffer $1.5 million loss. Thank you.
Next, we have Carrie Patterson Brown.
That big binder is yours. Good evening, Alden ISD Board, Madam President Avalos, Dr. Blanson, and Dr. Bamberg. I appreciate you all for allowing me the opportunity to be able to come here today to speak with you about Legacy, the School of Sports Sciences. My name is Carrie Patterson Brown, and I'm the founder of Legacy Collegiate Middle and High School for Careers in Health and Wellness. We are the sponsoring entity of Legacy, the School of Sports Sciences. So we'll call it Legacy from now. Legacy will be the first school in the state of Texas that will focus on the professions within athletics, or the different professions within athletics. Legacy will promote 3 things, which is academics, athletics, and professions. So academically on our campus, when a kid goes into 9th grade, they have the opportunity to begin taking college courses. And that's through a partnership with Lone Star Community College. We are proposing an early college program on our campus, along with a high school diploma, so the kids will get all that for free. Athletically on our campus, when a kid, all of the kids are trained from coaches that either played collegiately or professionally, are coached collegiately or professionally. My background, I played basketball for Texas A&M, so I wanted to give you a whoop when you said it. I have a strong understanding, and I coached for 15 years as well, so I have a strong understanding of what it means to be an athlete in the classroom and on the court. And then professionally, which is my favorite, when a kid goes into 9th grade, they begin taking, they choose a major. So they go into either coaching, athletic administration, sports medicine, or sports media. Each one of those programs on our campus have been partnered with industry experts. In fact, we're making a program right now called Junior GMs. We're working with the Houston Astros to teach kids the pathway to become a general manager in a large sports organization. Our mindset is to tell kids or to teach kids that they are a part of a $600 billion industry and be more than a player. I come to you today, or I'm here today, because I am proposing that Legacy, the School of Sports Sciences, opens as an external charter under Aldine ISD. We have done all of the prep work to have the school open this fall. And when I say that, I mean we have 170 families that have committed to the school. We know our property. We have our backing, our financial backing. We have administrators. We have everything in place except a charter. So that's why I come to you today. I have provided a packet to you all that has an overview of the school, the narrative from our charter application, and a draft of an external MOU agreement. I also have a hard copy that I presented to Dr. Bamberg that gives the basically the whole has all the attachments and everything to it. I do plan, I am on your calendar for this month, but I just wanted to present the school concept to the board, just so you can know what we're thinking. So again, my name is Carrie Patterson Brown. I thank you for your time, and we are seeking to become an external charter of Aldine ISD. Thank you.
Thank you. The last one is, request is from Jennifer Hernandez.
I'm too short for this. Okay. Good evening, Madam President Avalos, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, and fellow members of the board. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, and I'm here today with Abigail Tierra Blanca and Jasmine Bromo. And on behalf of the cosmetology program at Aldine High School, I come today to show the appreciation and give thanks for allowing the life-changing program to continue. From the bottom of our hearts, Aldine's future cosmetologists, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Do we hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Ogden, second.
The meeting is adjourned.